If you want to get really good at single note lines for flat picking bluegrass guitar, you've got to get really good at alternate picking. Today we're going to talk about alternate picking, why it's so important, how you can learn to alternate pick, and for those of you who don't really have that solid foundation of alternate picking, maybe you've developed other bad habits, how you can unlearn your bad habits so that you can be really solid at alternate picking. When I first started bluegrass, I was coming to it from jazz guitar. And to be honest, in all of my years studying jazz guitar, with teachers, private lessons, in school, all of it, I never once thought about my right hand picking technique. Like, I had no idea what was going on. It was all left hand, all scales, everything was left hand. So outside the realm of bluegrass and maybe classical and metal, maybe a couple other genres, I found that right hand technique and picking motion is really not often looked at. And it really wasn't until bluegrass guitar that I personally got obsessed with right hand technique, alternate picking, and being super efficient with my playing, because you have to be super efficient, super streamlined, and have your technique dialed to be able to play this stuff at speed and at volume. For those of you who have any interest in this, I've got to tell you, for the smallest investment in your time and focus on just mechanics, you can get a huge return on your playing. If you're not currently really alternate picking in your bluegrass and you want to improve really fast, this is what you should focus on. The thing with alternate picking in bluegrass is that it turns into a superpower because of muscle memory. So alternate picking is used ubiquitously through flat picking. Everybody from Tony Rice, Clarence White, Jake Workman, Trey Hensley, Billy Strings, Molly Tuttle, they all use alternate picking, with few exceptions. If you're listening to flat picking bluegrass lead lines, these single note lines, there's a premium placed on these virtuosic flows of eighth notes. Not only do these eighth notes express the melody and harmony, but really the purpose of these eighth notes is to drive the tune. If you think of bluegrass, what doesn't it have? What instrument doesn't it have? It does not have drums. And so if you have your simple backbeat of bass and mandolin, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, the eighth note line is the thing that gives it that train pattern, that groove in the background. Alternate picked eighth notes are really important, not just to be proficient on your instrument, but to actually propel the tune forward as a band. Okay, so before I get into some demonstration of alternate picking and some exercises, I've got to say this loud and clear. If you want to turn alternate picking into muscle memory to the point where you don't even have to think about down, up, down, up, down, up, you must practice it unbelievably slow. Or if you're at a place where you need to correct your technique, you need to correct yourself unbelievably slow. If you commit to this for just a couple of weeks, not even a crazy amount of practice, it will serve you a lifetime. Okay, so check this out. This is the crux of alternate picking. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So this is easy enough on a single string. The issue that a lot of people have with this is skipping strings. Down, up, but you're skipping a string. So check this out. Here's an example of alternate picking. Watch my right hand on a fiddle tune, Big Mon. Usually it's played in the key of A, but we'll play it in the key of G. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Regardless of string skipping, always maintaining down, up, regardless of phrase breaks. You always need to catch the down, up on the appropriate place. We'll talk about what that means in just a second. I've definitely seen a lot of students who try to achieve this eighth note flow with hammer-ons and pull-offs. Don't get me wrong, hammer-ons and pull-offs can be really useful in bluegrass. I think I just used a couple right there in that example. But those hammer-ons and pull-offs never will be able to replace that intensity, that drive, that power of truly alternate picked lines. Also, something that happens with hammer-ons and pull-offs and students who don't really have alternate picking down is that they'll do a hammer-on or a pull-off. If this note is a downstroke and the pull-off is another eighth note, a lot of times students will then think, because they just did a downstroke in the right hand, well, alternate pick would mean up on the next one. So they'll go down, up. But that is not correct. That is not alternate picked, because this pull-off still accounts for an eighth note. If you were to pick this line, it would be down, up, down. To truly alternate pick with hammer-ons and pull-offs, you must account for the pick direction for any one of those hammer-ons and pull-offs. This also applies for slides and notes that are longer than just an eighth note. You must pick up on the right spot. So where is the right spot? Well, since these are eighth notes, right? It's actually really simple to find the right spot. If these are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all of the downbeats or the numbers are down strokes. 1, that's a down, and 2, it's a down, and 3, that's a down, and 4 is a down. And as you might have already noticed, all the ands are upstrokes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and is just like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you're playing a tune at this tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, your eighth note flow would be down, up, 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 down. So the first exercise I want you to start to do, if this is your introduction to alternate picking, even if you alternate pick some, is we need to get that pulse feeling in our right hand. That pulse, that flow, that eighth note line is so crucial. And you should spend a lot of time really internalizing what that feels like to play that line. This is a Brian Sutton exercise that he recommends to all of his students. It's just doing exactly what we just did. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Just really getting into the flow of feeling what this feels like. This unbroken flow for a long time, to the point where you can talk. You don't even have to think about it. You should probably do this with a metronome. Bump up the speed as you go. Here's an exercise that's going to help your string switching with alternate picking. We're going to take just the first 3 frets here on each string, and we're going to go down and back up like this. Okay, so this is one of those exercises that is not musical. It is not music. It is an exercise for your right hand. What you'll notice with this exercise is because it's an uneven number of notes on a single string before we switch, that means that when we go down or up, we're gonna be offset. It's not gonna be a downstroke, right? So we've got down, up, down, and now we're skipping strings to that A string, and we've got to hit up, down, up, and now we're switching strings from the A to the D, and it's a down, up, down. You get the picture. Similarly, when we go back up the strings, we're going to be offset. When you're going down a string set, right, from your 6th string to your 5th string, from the E string to the A string, although we're going down vertically, we're hitting an upstroke. This is typically the most difficult part of alternate picking and skipping strings. This is where you might get hung up. So it's important to do an exercise like this really slow. Now, if you just want one that maybe hand syncs your left and right hand in an even fashion, what I would do is just do 4 frets at a time. This F to this G sharp. This is gonna align your right and left hand so that they work together. Okay, so another exercise. Take a G major scale. And alternate pick it, just like that. Next, take that scale in thirds and go up. Now go down. Okay, last thing I want you to do is a fiddle tune. This is the fiddle tune Blackberry Blossom, and we're gonna play the A part. We're gonna play it super slow at 70 BPM and focus on right hand, alternate picking. So what I recommend to you is download the tab below first, learn the arrangement. These are pure eighth notes, so it's down, up, learn it out of tempo, then come back to this video and play along with me. Here's the A part of Blackberry Blossom. 2, 3, 4. Arrangement, I stuck strictly to alternate picking. Now, in that arrangement, there were some moments of cross picking. Cross picking is this banjo-like technique where we use a roll or an arpeggiated chord and we let it ring out to take up more sonic space. It's a really good technique for lead playing and it fills out the space in a line. The thing about cross picking is that many times that is a moment where we break alternate picking. For this example, I stuck to alternate picking. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, or down, up, down, up, down, up. So there's your primer on alternate picking. Moral of the story, you've got to do this stuff slow. If you like this video and want more, please smash that like, subscribe, leave me a comment. What else do you want to know about alternate picking, right hand technique, and flat picking? See you next time.